Race number 5 at Ascot on Wednesday will jump at 3:50. It's the Western Race Picks Handicap over 2,150 metres. In replay, we're going to take a look at the last start of First Growth.
Down the outside, here comes Sigil starting his run, but Beau Count's got a massive lead at the 204 in front, Mr. Elby. Sigil runs on from First Growth and Donofic. Beau Count shortening stride. Mr. Elby, First Growth cutting him down from Sigil. Mr. Elby reached the lead from Beau Count. Mr. Elby's got home. Mr. Elby beat first.
I think it's fair to say that First Growth flew under the radar when he won at 50-1 2 starts ago. The form was in the book. If you put a pen through his run 3 starts ago when he had plenty of excuses, he certainly should have been much shorter odds than that. Last start we saw in replay, he was second to Mr. Albie, and Mr. Albie franked that form quite emphatically on Saturday with another high rating performance behind Dart Prospect. Goes on top here from number 6, Magical Charm. It's one of those typical Peters investment runners that's improving as it stays over more ground. 1,800 metres last start, beat Red Snitz here at the end of October. William Pike rode it that day. Peter Hoare takes over on Wednesday with the Wizard having a little bit of a freshen up. Number 2 is Art Extreme. Won on Melbourne Cup Day down at Bunbury on his home track. Beat Top of the Wazza by a length. This horse for mine has been overrated throughout its entire career and probably will go around 2 shorter odds on Wednesday. Can win, but I don't want to back it. And then for 4th, number 8, Lennon Song. Won 2 in a row, York and then Bunbury, and then was behind the big show 3 lengths here at Ascot at the end of October. A bit of a mention here also for the Luth rate runner here, Black Attack. Did win on Melbourne Cup Day here, but that was a very slowly run race, and I prefer to watch him go around until he does a decent speed figure. Top selection in race number 5, number 3, First Growth, to beat 6, Magical Charm, 2, Art Extreme, and 8, Lennon Song. Race number 6 at Ascot on Wednesday will jump at 4:25. It's the Heineken 3 Handicap over 1,200 metres. And in replay, we're going to take a look at the debut win of Unibro.
Run, then followed around the corner behind them. Mum's the one getting into the clear, followed then by Unibro and Flying Tricks back towards the inside with Too Cool, and right along the inside is Pick Your Battles. Anyone's race with 100 metres to go. Pick Your Battles right along the inside and Unibro down the outside. Unibro, Gunflint and Pick Your Battles on the outside though. Unibro goes on to win by a half length.
I don't think there's too much depth to this race, number 6, on the Ascot card on Wednesday, and therefore I'm going to take a chance here on number 6, Unibro. Won a trial at Larkhill on the 22nd of October, then went to Bunbury on Melbourne Cup Day and won the maiden by half a length. I think it might be a little bit better than average, this galloper by Universal Ruler. It does get one of the outside gates for Adam Ferry, but Alan Kennedy rides, he keeps the ride, and I think this is a very winnable race for his first one in town. Goes on top from number 10, Colourful Chloe. They paid a stack of money for this horse at the Gold Coast Magic Million sales, and frankly she hasn't lived up to her price tag. She did win 2 starts ago, beating Wakan Tanka in maiden grade, but last start she was last but 1 behind Lady Cosmology, albeit at a listed level, but for mine she's too short in the market, or certainly she will be. Number 2, Tycoon Legend, have been a little bit disappointed in this campaign, did resume without a trial, so he's still hoping to some more improvement. You would think third up, was beaten 3 lengths first up and also 3 lengths second up as well. And then down the bottom, number 7 is Lucky Linda Lulu. Just a 1 win from 19 starts. That pretty much says it all about this galloper. 4 seconds and 9/3, doesn't like the camera. Top selection in race number 6, going number 6, Unibro, to beat 10, Colourful Chloe, 2, Tycoon Legend, and 7, Lucky Linda Lulu. Race number 7 at Ascot on Wednesday will jump at 5 o'clock. It is the Iron Jack Handicap over 1,200 metres. And in replay, we'll look at the last start of Vintage Stock.
Bubble had led the way and snuck a length and a half immediately on straightening from Prince Andre. Carberry keen to get away from the rails with Vintage Stock. Classic Pro drove up on her inside, and 2 lengths Pagan Image. Coming to the 150, it's Double Bubble the leader. On the outside, Vintage Stock. Pike has to shake up Double Bubble, and Pagan Image is running on, and Classic Pro's got the split coming late. They split it. Might have been Classic Pro. Tight go.
I think there's a few gallopers in this race who are clearly better than Class 1 level, and I think one of those is definitely number 10, Vintage Stock. Won on debut at Belmont. There's no vision of that race. We had a power cut at the track just as the barriers opened, but he won very impressively, won by 4 1/4 lengths. And then second up at the end of August, he was beaten a short neck. He finished 4th, but that was a muddling run race, and I'm willing to forgive the 4th place here. Resumes here without a trial, and Alan Matthews has got a very big opinion of this horse. If he is ready on Wednesday, he's going to take a stack of beating. A horse that will be ready is number 6, number 8 rather, Fair Trucive from the Moreton yard, was 6th at York last start behind Amelie Argo. Ran in the Karrakatta Plate last year from barrier number 4, was beaten a long way, but was certainly in and around the 2-year-old ranks towards the end of last season. Again, this is a much weaker race. Fair Trucive has got a chance. Same about number 2 here, Magic Planet as well. Last start was behind Lord Greystroke, the recently gelded horse at Ascot on the 3rd of November, was beaten 2 1/4 lengths. That was a graduation race for the 3-year-olds. This is weaker at Class 1 level. Was only 2 lengths off Chicks Picks down at Bunbury in that 3-year-old classic. And then number 6, Trade Prize. Decent run, I thought, behind Play Marika, beaten 1 3/4 last start. 3rd up on Wednesday. Does get a gate number 11 though for Peter Hall, who's got a few rides in town this week. Top selection in race number 7, going number 10 here, Vintage Stock, to beat 8 Fair Trucive, 2 Magic Planet and 6 Trade Prize. Race number 8 at Ascot on Wednesday will jump at 5:40. It's the Morley Growers Market Handicap over 1,800 metres, and in replay we're going to take a look at the last performance of Admiral Promo.
The shortest way home, back towards the rail as Blackwood River races, race straight past Prue. At the 200 he'd kicked away. Blackwood River from Ukbar Jack running on. Jazz Para battles away. At the 100 though, Blackwood River still well clear and in no danger. Blackwood River draws right away to win it from Ukbar Jack, Jazz Para. Sigil grabbed 4th.
Got a bit of time for Admiral Promo. I thought he probably should have been close to winning 2 stakes to go in that race won by Unicat. Certainly was too far behind Blackwood River in the replay race. Did make some ground, but I do like the fact he drops in grade here. He goes up in trip, and I do think he'll probably be closer to the speed for Paul Harvey and Daniel Morton. Goes on top here from number 2, Red Snitz. Has the fastest sectionals all the way home behind Magical Charge last start. This horse was 2nd in that race, just beaten a long neck, was $3.50, will certainly be in the market on Wednesday. Number 3, Habari got up to win a Bunbury maiden on her first run back for Justine Warwick. Looks like it's taken a step forward, this 5-year-old brown mare. It's only had to 3 starts, so there's clearly been a few issues and they've been very patient with this girl. And then number 5, Mekong Den, was behind McConey's by last start, beaten 2 1/4 lengths. Goes back up in trip here to 1,800 metres from the 1,600 and gets a claim with Kate Whitten keeping the ride. She's been riding this horse quite a lot. Top selection in race number 8, going to go with number 8, Admiral Promo, to beat 2 Red Snitz, 3 Habari and 5 Mekong Den. It's now time to nominate my best bets on the Ascot card. Don't mind a few gallopers on Wednesday, starting in race number 2 with number 9, Fair Ado. I think we'll break through and get that win under its belt. And then in race number 4, quite like the quick backup here, and certainly the step up in trip for number 1, This Away. It's easy to stay up to date with everything that's happening at Perth Racing. You can log onto our website or you can follow us on one of our social media channels. Until next time, bye for now.